What's going on, guys? So it's raining right now, and it's been raining for a while, and I figured I would shoot a video in the rain while everyone else is hunkered inside, staying warm and dry. All right, so in front of me you have our new 2024 Forest River Surveyor Legend. Next to it you have our 2021 Coachman Brookstone fifth wheel. These two units are very family-oriented units. Now, a lot of people ask, what makes you consider one type of unit over another? We're going to try to talk about that from the interior of each one of these. So we'll start with the travel trailer and kind of go over what might drive someone to get a travel trailer like this. Because believe it or not, they both sleep just about the same amount of people, which is kind of crazy. Over 42 feet long, under 26 feet long. So yeah, big difference in size. To kind of give you perspective, the backs of both RVs are directly lined up together. Yeah, Brookstone's a lot bigger. Let's hop inside of the Surveyor, out of the rain, and talk about it for a little bit. Okay, so welcome inside our new 2024 Forest River Surveyor. Again, this is a collaboration unit for those of you who haven't been following the previous videos. What does that mean? It means I worked with the folks over at Forest River Surveyor Division to get this floor plan and to get this RV at a crazy, insanely great price so I could show it to you all and feature what it's all about. Now, we're parked out here on our property, and it is one of those days where a lot of folks would just assume hunker down inside of their home, drink some hot cocoa, put on a good movie and stay warm. But I came out here because I wanted to have a conversation with you all about our own personal opinions when it comes to picking a certain type of RV and what we might want to use it for. Because, as again, for those of you who follow the channel for a while, you see that we have a big Coachman Brookstone fifth wheel over there, which also was a collaboration unit, but it was a different collaboration. So this one right here is so we can have an RV that is of the size and weight that makes it half-ton towable by, I guess, the average half-ton truck most people would want to get. And you can actually make this beyond half-ton towable, in my opinion, if you load it up all the way to its maximum gross vehicle weight rating, which is the weight rating that the manufacturer of the RV, in this case Forest River Surveyor, assigns this unit based on its axles, based on its frame, based on its tires, to specifically say this is what we don't want you to exceed when fully loaded. And the collaboration with the Coachman Brookstone next door was to come up with a new mid-bunk floor plan for their Brookstone lineup, because we had purchased Coachman products in the past. We were a big fan, and honestly, it was a really humbling experience to go through the logistics and the understanding and the purchasing and everything to build a new RV floor plan. So that was really cool and really eye-opening. So we have both a fifth wheel and a travel trailer. Now, again, the point of the video here is to specifically discuss why one family may prefer one over the other. And I made a video a long time ago talking about the different reasons why people might want an RV and the types of RVs that you might want to pick based on those reasons. So if you don't recall, and you didn't watch that video from years ago, I basically said that there's three main types of RVs for certain types of people. Now, this is across all the different classes of RVs, whether it's a motorized RV or a towable RV. There are RVs that are designed specifically for you to rest. And those are typically going to be your smallest teardrop style. Those might be like a Class B. Those are typically RVs that you go out to nature and you predominantly want to spend time in nature, but have a place that you can come back to rest. Basically, a place with a bed, maybe a small cooking area, something that just gives you something out of the elements so you have the ability to enjoy the outside more than you enjoy the inside of your RV. Now, the second one is an RV that's designed for you to relax. Now, a relaxing RV, and that's actually what I would categorize this as. So this being a relaxing style RV, this is a kind of RV that you can live in. You can spend time in. You can spend a significant amount of time inside of this RV. It's got bunks. It's got a full bathroom. It's got a good-sized kitchen. It's got a dinette area as well as a sofa that I'm currently sitting on, and I'm going to be honest, it's pretty dang comfortable, as well as a Murphy bed that drops down. So overall, you can sleep a good amount of people in here, and you can use this in like an RV park, a resort, and have a great place for you to come back, spend time with the family, whether you're inside of the RV or whether you're right outside of the RV utilizing the outside kitchen and the awning. But it gives you a good platform to be able to get out on the weekends, spend some time with the family, bring the kids, friends with you perhaps, have something that's great for tailgating, and gives you secure accommodations that you can stand up in and have a great time on the inside of the RV as well as being on the outside of the RV. So when you think again about this type of RV, this is really designed for the type of family not likely to full-time, not likely to travel all over the country. Now, and I'm basing that on the size of this RV, the floor plan of this RV, and the amenities in this RV. Not to say that you can't. There are people that travel all over the country in RVs smaller than this. There's people that travel in Class B vans or even teardrop trailers all over the country. But the general audience that would buy this is going to be working family who needs to take a trip and they want to enjoy an RV that's going to give them the ability to get out of the rain if it's raining and nasty outside. Aha, now you understand why I came out here and did this in the rain. And to get into a space that's very relaxing. I mean, you can have the kids doing their homework, you can have them studying, you can have them playing games. You know, if they're on their computers or iPads, they have that space to do that. You and the spouse can sit here, watch TV if you want. You can have something cooking over there. You can have the small kiddos up in the bunks. And even though this is a very small floor plan overall, it gives you that type of room. So it gives you that really nice, relaxing style floor plan that I think a lot of people are looking for. Now, the third style floor plan is what we have over here. And let's hop over there and I'll let you see what that one's all about. Okay, so now we're inside of our 2021 Coachman Brookstone. This is the 398 MBL. This is a mid-bunk loft unit, so there's not only a second bedroom with bunks inside of it, there's a loft above it, as well as the master suite at the very front. As you can see, this is a far more residential interior, and this, for me, would fall under the category of a retreat unit. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you could use this as almost your own personal retreat, right? This is almost like an apartment or a condominium that you pull behind your vehicle and you take with you. So it's not as if you can't use this to do a weekend warrior trip, because that's how we use it, right? It's not as if this is designed for even longer trips. It's designed for a different experience. So I've shot videos in the past where I basically say that you're the only one that can dictate the type of trip you and your family want to take and what type of accommodations you want to have when you get to where you're going. And that's really the goal whenever you understand the different types, or what I consider to be classes of RV. Now again, you know, you have your Class A's, B's, C's, B pluses, Super C's, you have your teardrops, you have your conventional travel trailers, you have your small, medium, large travel trailers, you have your small, medium, large fifth wheels, you have your mid-profile fifth wheels, full-profile fifth wheels, drop frame, straight frame, toy haulers, toy hauler travel trailers, toy hauler fifth wheels, toy hauler motorhomes. You have all different types of RVs. And to stereotypically say that one type of RV should only be used for a certain type of RVing experience is not just wrong, it's hypocritical. Because basically what you're basically trying to do is you're lumping what you believe into a category that everyone else needs to conform to, and that's not how it works. Whenever you're getting into RVing and you're shopping for your next RV, you can't really talk to somebody with a fifth wheel who specifically uses it for their lifestyle and is trying to convince you to get a fifth wheel that you need one. A good example of that would have actually been my dad. Before we had any RV and we were shopping for a new RV, you know, we went to some dealerships. I had him tag along with me, and he's always had motorhomes. Always had motorhomes. I can't remember a single time in history where we've had a towable travel trailer growing up. It's always been some type of a Class C, then it was a Class A, then it jumped back to a small Class C, then pretty much all Class Cs, and then a few Class A's sprinkled in between. And he was convincing me, and this was at the time when I had a Super Duty, an F-250 Super Duty, he was convincing me that we needed to get a fifth wheel. And I was like, well, why? And then he was like, well, that's my favorite type of RV. And I was like, you've never had a fifth wheel. And we got into this whole debate about the fact that he believed that if you had a bigger truck, that you should naturally gravitate to something larger for that truck to tow, and you get more room, which, you know, there's certain attributes to that that's correct. With a fifth wheel, you're arguably going to have the most interior space of almost any RV type floor plan that's out there. Well, the thing that was, again, that you have to understand about that is he was putting his own desires in terms of what he thought an RV should be for him, and he was trying to apply that to us, and that's not how it works. So again, you may be shopping for a new RV for you and your family, and you may be looking for a specific type of experience, but the pressure you're going to have on you to buy a specific type of RV is going to be tremendous. And what you really have to figure out is what's going to be comfortable for your family and for the type of camping you plan on doing. Again, I like to call it rest, relax, and retreat, right? Rest, your teardrop style trailers. These are trailers that you are not going to spend a lot of time inside unless you're just sleeping. I like to say that these are going to be your base camp style RVs. Airstream kind of coined that, where it's essentially a bed, might have a small kitchenette inside of it, but typically they put the kitchen and some of your other amenities on the outside of the unit, and you might have a wet bath type shower bath situation with a toilet, where you're essentially sitting in your shower where you take a bath with a toilet in the same space. Whenever you use that unit, there's no expectation that you're going to be living in that unit. The expectation is you live outside, and then you go back to that unit to rejuvenate and get back out again. That's why a lot of hikers, a lot of people who spend, again, the majority of the time outside of their RV really like those. Now, whenever you talk about relax and retreat units are going to be your largest category. And real quick, before you go to an RV dealership lot and ask them about their rest, relax, and retreat units, they're not going to have them. That's my own name that I've applied to these categories. So your relax units are going to be probably the largest category of travel trailers. And even travel trailers can get into that retreat space simply because the larger you get, the more amenities, the more residential interior you get on an RV, the more it turns into a mobile apartment or condominium or hotel room versus an RV that's meant to just kind of habitate in versus live in. Well, again, whenever you look at this unit and you look at what it's designed around, it's absolutely a retreat. When we go out in this, it's a luxury experience wherever we're at. Right, that's kind of the key behind it. Now, of course, you still have all your setups and all the things that typically go along with RVing, but whenever you're done with all that and you're inside, it doesn't feel as if you're needing for space. It doesn't feel as if you're cramped together in one small area trying to figure out where everyone's going to be. Everyone has their own isolated spot. If there's somebody here in the dinette, there could be somebody inside of the mid-bunk. There could be someone sleeping up front in the front bedroom. There are absolutely clear, definitive spaces, and they're isolated from each other, and they give you a tremendous amount of luxury as well as a tremendous amount of retreat whenever you need to do something you're wanting to do. If I want to watch the football game in here, and my wife's in the kitchen cooking, and my daughter has a friend and they're in the mid-bunk playing games, and we have some guests over and they're in the loft, and maybe our daughter brings her baby over and she's up front in the bedroom and with the baby asleep, you have plenty of clearly defined spaces for everyone to be where they're not intruding upon each other. So again, this is more of a retreat. This is more of the most luxurious type of space that you could take with you if you're, RVing. And I say that not because this is the most luxurious RV you can have, but arguably this space and the way it's laid out in a fifth wheel, a large RV is probably the better way of saying it, lends itself more to giving people space and a little bit of isolation from each other if they want that. And that's where a lot of folks will automatically say, well, that's why, full-timing it, or if you're going on really extended trips, having something larger is better because you have that freedom to move around a little bit more. You have that freedom to isolate yourself a little bit more if you need that. Whereas a relax style unit is typically going to have everyone in the same space. It's typically going to have everyone in a space to where they can easily see each other, communicate with each other, and have that family bonding time together in that one space. I don't have to worry about somebody going off into a separate room and, isolating themselves. So again, it really depends on what you're looking to get out of an RV that's going to guide you and dictate the type of floor plan you're looking for. Are you looking to mainly go out and rest? Right? If so, you might want something really small with the most base amenities so you can get out there and explore and just come back to your RV to rest. Are you looking for something to relax in? Something that you can actually, put up a chair and sit on a couch and watch TV and spend just as much time inside of the RV as you spend outside of the RV? Are you looking for something to retreat to? Something that's more like a mobile condo, more like an apartment to where you can go to it, you can live in it, and quite frankly, you never really have to go outside unless you truly need to go outside, that type of unit. If we took this out and it was raining wherever we went, and it was raining the entire time, we could have a blast just being in this space and never feel as if we're getting on each other's nerves because we're too close and the kids are being too loud and we're just crowding each other. So I don't base these categories necessarily on the size. I base it more on the floor plan and what that specific RV is designed for. That's why if you have a large travel trailer, you could easily say that falls into that exact same retreat space because you have that isolation. You have that ability to have a lot of people in one space and not feel as if you're cramped or on top of each other. Again, The travel trailer that we have over there, that Surveyor, is what we would consider to be a relax model, not a rest model. That's definitely more than a rest model. A truck camper might be a rest model. Some of them are actually relax models because of how large they are. But whenever you talk about isolation between spaces, clearly defined rooms, living room, kitchen, mid-bunk, master bedroom, loft, that's definitely where you get into the retreat side of things. And think about it. Before you buy an RV, talk to your family. Write down, make a list of how you plan on using it, what your goal is with the RV, if you want to cohabitate in the same space together, or if you need some isolation occasionally, maybe you're working from the road. All of those things are going to help drive and dictate the type of RV that might be right for you and your family. Anyways, I sure hope this video helps. I get this question asked a lot, the shopping process, right? We're looking for an RV. There's hundreds of them on RV dealership lots, hundreds of them, thousands of them at RV shows. How do we start the process of narrowing down the type of floor plan that might work well for us? Maybe the topic is I want to be closer to my family. I want everyone in the same space. I don't want them going off by themselves and doing their own thing. That would probably take off the list some of your retreat models and certainly your rest models, because retreat models might give you too much of an opportunity for people to go back into their normal habits of going to their own space and shutting people out and not spending time with the family. So a relaxed model is great because it puts everyone kind of in the same breathing area, and you're, just a whisper apart from everybody else, and you still have the amenities you need to enjoy a trip where you can cook yourself, you have bunks, you have a shower, you have a bathroom. Everything's more of the size and scale of a retreat model, except it's in one space. It's all designed to kind of keep everyone together. Anyways, guys, I sure again hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. I would love to know what you think about this topic and what your specific RV falls into from a category perspective. Do you have a rest model? Do you have a relaxed model? Or do you have a retreat model? And if you have one of those, explain why you consider it that type of model. I'd love to know. Leave a comment below. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.